This young woman really did not want to be seen in public while being helplessly chained up. So, fortunately, her lawyer managed to arrange she would not have to be locked in restraints during her court appearances. And of course, she was quite relieved when she first heard that, although sadly now she can't help but be immensely disappointed by only getting released from her cuffs after already being brought into the courtroom. Every single camera present was pointed at her as she slowly walked in with her wrists tightly cuffed behind her back, like that she was unable to shield her face and just had to accept being filmed and photographed as she was helplessly paraded around the courtroom. It was utterly humiliating. And what makes it even worse is that she will undoubtedly have to endure that all over again when her court appearance today is over. And there's absolutely nothing she can do about that. Today, 24-year-old Jasmine D. Brian Grover was sentenced by Judge Mary P. Hatcher to 29.5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections, followed by 1 year probation for her DUI manslaughter case. Earlier this year, a jury found Grover guilty of driving under the influence manslaughter following a fatal vehicle incident that took the life of 21-year-old Alex's Olivia Matthews. Grover was also convicted of driving under the influence with serious bodily injury, driving under the influence causing injury, driving under the influence with property damage, and possession of cannabis. Back on February 9th, 2020, Grover, who was 19 years old at the time, was driving a vehicle with 3 other passengers, including the victim. Grover was under the influence at the time and lost control of the vehicle while driving on County Road 476 in Sumter. She veered off the road and onto the shoulder. In an attempt to regain control, Grover overcorrected, causing the vehicle to cross back over the road to the opposite shoulder. Ultimately, the vehicle left the roadway completely and crashed into a tree. The impact of the crash not only ejected the victim, but also caused the vehicle to roll on top of her, resulting in her death. Florida Highway Patrol conducted a thorough traffic homicide investigation, revealing that Grover was the individual behind the wheel at the time of the crash, according to the 2 surviving occupants. Additionally, first responders on scene indicated that Grover had bloodshot, watery eyes, dilated pupils, slurred speech, and a very thick tongue, all consistent indicators she was under the influence. A substantial amount of cannabis was recovered from Grover's waistband at the time of the accident. A blood draw conducted on Grover revealed large quantities of both cannabis and Etizolam, a controlled substance, in her system at the time of the deadly crash. This evidence, along with testimony from witnesses, members of the Florida Highway Patrol, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Medical Examiner's Office, and other fellow medical professionals, were presented during the trial. This case was successfully prosecuted by Assistant State Attorneys Joseph Church and Sonny McCatherine.